Hello, namaste. Welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua, and for this practice, you'll want to have a couple of blocks, a strap, a blanket, and a bolster, any kind of props that you might want to support you more comfortably in certain postures, especially the second half. You may like to fold up your blanket and sit up on top of it. I invite you into any comfortable seated posture or sukhasana, easy pose that allows you to feel grounded. Just gonna mute. Be upright, sit tall, and allow your whole body to relax. So I think this is a quite important reminder, this quote I'm going to read by philosopher Dainin Katagiri, who said, "The important point of spiritual practice is not to try to escape your life, but to face it exactly and completely." So much in spiritual community, you might see advertising, positive vibes only, only think positive thoughts, only, these kinds of things. To some effect, yes. And to another effect, it's also important to acknowledge what we're working with, right? To look away from your own suffering, to look away from your own discomfort can sometimes be called spiritual bypassing, where we're pretending that something inside of us is not inside of us. And that only makes our spiritual practice more challenging, because our practice of yoga, which is a spiritual practice, inevitably, even if you're focusing more on stretching the body, you will definitely affect your spiritual wellness. Ultimately, our practice is about being with what is here now, what is happening within you, and holding compassionate space for that. And then, having digested or processed whatever is happening, finding ways that you can realistically transmute it, right? Yes, there is value in thinking positively, but also there is devalue, or the opposite of that, in ignoring something that is happening within us. So our practice of yoga is not to escape our lives. It's not, even when we go on a yoga retreat, it's not meant to escape our daily life. It's to bring ourselves wherever we are, and to find new angles to practice our spiritual practices, right? When we're driving outside and we're not in a yoga class and someone triggers us in traffic, how do we bring our practices of yoga into that very moment? Because that is an opportunity as well to continue our practice, to continue awakening. So just a reminder, I'll read it again. The important point of spiritual practice is not to try to escape your life, but to face it exactly and completely. And so with that, let's bring attention to what is happening right now. As you close your eyes and start to notice your own physical body, paying attention to anywhere you feel sensations, whether it's tension, discomfort, comfort, pleasure, all of it. Here we're practicing holding space for whatever is here right now. Notice the way breath is moving into and out of your body without changing how you're breathing. In the way that your body is breathing right now, sense your energy. Notice how your nervous system feels. Observe your mind and heart. what you're feeling mentally and emotionally. And sometimes we might feel what seems like opposites, like we might feel worry while we feel excitement at the same time. So can we hold space for that and that? And then allow the breath in a little slower. Opening the mouth, exhale completely. Breath by breath, allow it to become deeper, gently. Letting go through the mouth a few more times. As you continue to nurture deeper breaths, what is something that is going well in your life right now? Take a moment to acknowledge your blessings with gratitude. And then is there something that you are creating a shift in your life of some sort? Is there something new that you're starting? Is there a change that you're in the midst of? Allow a moment to set your intention, setting the tone for this practice. And then think of those around you. All of us in our common humanity, expressing ourselves in our different ways, yet having very similar needs, such as love, peace, well-being. Is there someone besides yourself that you might like to offer the efforts of your practice to? A way of supporting somebody else's well-being by the work you do here in your yoga. Together, let's open our practice, chanting Om, sound of interconnection. Let in a deep breath. And continue to deepen the breath and smooth it out as we begin a practice called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breathing. It's a way to calm and focus the mind and body while balancing our energy as we start to move the body. Closing the lips, breathing just through the nose if you can. Create a gentle whispering sound you can listen to in your breathing by softly narrowing the back of your throat. Listen to the sound of your breath now and begin to regulate it so that you're breathing in very slowly all the way to the fullness of the breath. And you're breathing out just as slowly. So there's a steady rhythm, very slow in the breath. And listen to how you're breathing. Let it be calm, smooth, sustained, not rushed. So through the breathing now, we're establishing the tone that we're also going to move our bodies with. And so as you listen to that, let's make our way down onto hands and knees, and we'll start to move the spine in cat-cow pose. As you spread your fingers flat at the front of your mat, stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Step your knees a couple inches behind your hips. And as you breathe in, glide your chest forward and coil it up into cow pose. As you breathe out, contract your abdomen, dropping your head to round into cat pose. Again, inhale, draw your heart forward, roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift the belly in, doming your spine. Keep going for several more breaths, and if there's a different direction your body needs to explore moving, to help loosen it up, feel free to explore. As with all of our physical practice, take my invitations with recognition of how your body needs to be supported, knowing there are such a diverse number of variations for each posture. So feel free to change things up to what may feel more appropriate in your body, and to rest anytime you need to rest, taking care of yourself. Now at the end of your next exhalation, lifting your hips, draw your thighs back, entering downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spend a few breaths there, loosening your body up with any kind of movement, such as pedaling your feet in place. Maybe adding to that, swiveling your hips side to side, or shaking and nodding the head. So physically, our focus is going to be a little bit of everything today as we start with vinyasa flow, breath-led movement, and ease into longer moments of stillness and deep stretch and meditative yin and restorative postures. Let's start to walk up to the front of the mat, entering a standing forward fold. Feet apart, hips distance or wider, parallel. And then plant your fingertips on two blocks or the ground or your legs. Press with your fingertips as you inhale to stretch your spine forward about parallel to the ground. Draw the shoulders back. Keep lengthening the spine as you exhale. Bow from the hips a little deeper. One more time. Press with your hands. Inhale, stretch your spine forward into half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. This time, press through the feet and inhale, sweep the arms forward, rising all the way up to stand. Roll the shoulders behind you and down, lifting the chest in Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, trace your palms in prayer from your crown to your heart center. Standing tall in mountain pose or Padasana, take a moment to bring your energy of your intention that you're cultivating into your physical postures and movements. As we offer gratitude to the sun, Surya Namaskar Si, sun salutation Si. As you inhale, sweep your arms overhead and gently back bend in Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, bow forward from your hips. Plant your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step the left knee behind you, kneeling lunge, look up. While holding your breath, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, then your chin in Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward and draw your shoulders back and down in Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press up and lift your hips back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step the right foot forward and bow. Press to your feet. Inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your palms in Padasana. Second side. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Plant the fingertips down. Inhale, step right knee back, Anjaneyasana. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, then chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward, roll the shoulders back and down, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lift your hips back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot beside the right thumb. Left knee down, look up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, step the left foot forward and bow, Uttanasana. Rooting down, inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands in prayer in Padasana. Let's prepare for sun salutation B, Surya Namaskar B, by bringing the feet together to touch. as it begins in chair pose. So slow down your breathing. Try to move mindfully at that pace. Here we go. Inhale as you bend your knees together, sit low and lean back towards your heels, raising your arms in chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and hinge from your hips, Uttanasana. Press with your hands and inhale, lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana. Walk to plank or float to Chaturanga Dandasana. Lowering at your pace, inhale to Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, gently step your right foot forward beside your right thumb and spin the left heel down. Inhale, rise into Warrior One. Ride your exhalation all the way down into your vinyasa or cat-cow if you need to conserve your energy. At downward facing dog, inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, softly land the foot beside your left thumb. Drop your right heel. Inhale, rise to Virabhadrasana 1. Ride your exhalation all the way down into your vinyasa. Breathing in as you lift the chest. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Let's pause in downward dog, cultivating stillness as you steady your gaze on one spot for 3 to 5 breaths as you balance, re-steady, and smoothen out your breathing. Notice how your body feels. Observe your mind. And what are you working with at this very moment? When your breath sounds calmer, empty it before you walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen to half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees together. Inhale, sit low in chair pose. Exhale to rise up. From here, step the left foot all the way to the rear of your mat, entering Warrior Two. Align your right heel to intersect the arch of your left foot, and right away, steady your gaze just past your right hand. Bending the front knee just over the ankle, pressing the outer edge of the left foot into the earth, wrapping your right outer hip in and under as you firm the top of your left thigh bone back. Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten your right leg for triangles, sweeping your hips towards the rear wall as you lengthen the torso towards the front. Lower your right hand on your right shin or just to the right of it, maybe on a block. As you turn your chest slightly to face the sky, land your gaze on one point, and again, tune into the breath. Trikonasana. Take a look at your right foot. Frame your right ankle with 2 hands and step in the left foot forward about 1/3 shorter stance. Walk the right foot to the right until you can square your hips equally to face the front of your mat. Both heels on the ground, legs straight, twisting triangle pose. Start to tack the right outer hip back with your right thumb. As you inhale, press the feet down and stretch your spine forward. Keep your pelvis still, and as you exhale, rotate your rib cage little by little to the right, raising your right arm up. Remember, you could plant your left hand on a block if needed, or go further into the twist if your balance feels really steady by stepping the left hand on the right side of the right foot. Parita Trikonasana. From here, look just in front of your right foot. Bring your hands in prayer at the heart. Put a little bend in the right knee and shift into Warrior 3, lifting the left leg parallel to the ground and squaring your hips to evenly face the earth. Lift the sides of the belly, optional to extend the arms overhead for more rigor. A few more breaths in Virabhadrasana 3. Step the left foot to meet the right, mountain pose, pause. Notice your breathing. Sense what your body is saying. Step your right foot all the way to the rear of your mat. Windmill the arms into warrior two, aligning heel to arch. As you bend the left knee just on top of the heel, firm the outer right foot into the earth, and wrap the left outer hip under you as you press the top of your right thigh bone back. Steadying your gaze, sense the quality of your breath. Straighten your left leg for triangle. Glide your hips towards the back wall. Lengthen your torso towards the front wall. And lower your left fingertips slightly on your left shin or just to the left of it, maybe on a block. As you spiral your chest slightly to face the sky, land your gaze. And continue to open up space in your body, breath by breath, by drawing shoulder blades down the back, elongating through both ends of the spine and arms. Trikonasana. Look at your left foot and lower your hands to frame your left shin. Step the right foot forward 1/3, shorter stance, and walk the left foot to the left until you can square your hips evenly to face the front of your mat, with both feet equally on the ground. Draw the left outer hip back, tacking it with your left thumb as you breathe in. Press your feet into the earth and stretch your spine forward. As you breathe out, twist to the left and raise the left arm up. Breath by breath, exploring the range of your spinal twist. Make sure you're twisting at your waistline rather than turning your pelvis. Optional to place the right hand on the left side of the front foot if you'd like to go further and your balance feels very steady. Parita Trikonasana, twisting triangle pose. Looking at your left foot, microbend the left knee, join your hands in prayer, and shift your weight forward into warrior three. Flex your right foot as you lift the back leg parallel to the earth and turn both hips equally to face the ground. Optional to explore extending the arms overhead. This time, step the right foot all the way to the rear of your mat again and rise up into a wide stance. Parallel your feet. Bring the hands behind your lower back to clasp. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, roll the shoulders behind you, lift your chest. Exhale, begin to hinge from your hips, completely dropping your head. Stretch the arms away from your lower back. Feel free to bend your knees any amount to eliminate rounding the back. As you slightly bend the elbows, lift the shoulders away from the neck, creating more space there. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Now from here, optional to take a different inversion if you're seeking to add in a tripod headstand, if that's normally part of your practice and you're free of neck issues, or lower the fingertips on blocks or the floor, walk the hands further inward, or clasp your big toes. Let's explore for a few more breaths in your version of inversion. Start to come up halfway, pause. Then walk your hands to the front of your mat, pivot. Lower your back knee to the ground, and let's come into lizard lunge as we begin our yin practice. So my front foot is my left foot. You may want to make sure that your left foot is in front here so that we don't get too confused. Walk your left foot out to the left. so that both of your hands are on the inner side of your left foot. Notice if it's helpful to prop your hands on blocks so that your shoulders can relax and you can breathe more easily, or if it feels fine on the ground. Now from here, there are different versions of this pose, such as bending the right knee, scooting it back, and backstroking left arm to catch the right foot and bring it towards you to stretch your right quadricep, hip flexor, and inner left shoulder. If it's hard to reach the back foot, you could prop your right hand on a block or two blocks, give you more access. Now, if you're seeking to get a deeper stretch in your IT band at your outer left thigh, then flex your left foot as you splay open your left thigh, leaning the outer edge of your left foot on the ground. Draw your left outer hip back. Now, some of you might lower onto your front forearm, if that's available without strain. Let the shoulder blades both draw down your back ribs. Find space throughout the neck. Relax the jaw. We're here for about 7 to 10 more deep breaths. And slowly start to unwind, taking your time to step back onto your hands and your knees, tabletop. Pausing there with a long spine. Just observe your body on both sides of the hips and shoulders and thighs for a few breaths. Still nurturing that gentle whisper in the breath. Long, steady inhales and exhales. Let's step the right foot forward to the right side of your right hand for lizard lunge on the second side. Feel free to prop your hands on blocks here if needed. Now, if you did so on the first side, bend your back knee and scoot it back. This time, backstroke the right arm to catch the top of that foot and gently bring it towards you. Remember, if it's hard to reach that foot, prop your left hand on a block or two. Now, if you're going for the IT band opening, flex your right foot as you splay open your right thigh, leaning the outer edge of the foot on the earth. Draw the right outer hip back and lengthen your torso towards the front of your mat. You might opt to lower onto your front forearm. All right, settling in, shoulders relaxed. Listen to the breath. About 7 to 10 more cycles. And slowly come back to your hands and knees. This time we'll sink the hips all the way back as we bring the feet together to touch in child's pose. Let's pause here, observe the body, observe the mind, observe the breath and energy. Is anything shifting or unraveling for you in your practice so far? What would it be like to just observe it without judging it or yourself? Just bringing a caring curiosity to what's happening. Crawling your hands back, drop your chin towards your chest. And on a slow inhalation, roll your spine upright. Slide the legs in front of you. And let's prepare for a restorative posture. Back bend, supported fish. Let's grab a block and place it on the tallest height, way at the back of your mat to eventually rest the back of our head on. The second block, medium height, either tracing the lengthwise center line of the mat, so the blocks are spaced 2 or so inches apart, or let that medium-sized block cross the width of the mat so the blocks are spaced a little further apart, like 5 to 6 inches. Basically, the closest edge of the closest block, when you lie back onto the blocks with your pelvis on the floor, you want it to meet the area that's right beneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. So the legs can be in a hip opener if you want to continue with that. Bound ankle pose, bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. And if your knees are uncomfortably lifting away from the ground, grab a couple of blankets or pillows and place one under each outer knee or thigh to support your legs. As you lean back, find the bottom tips of the shoulder blades to land on the closest edge of the closest block, allowing your shoulder bones to roll off of the block into the space between them. Let the back of your skull land on the furthest block, which if it feels like you're not getting much of a back bend and you want to go further, you could tilt that block lower by rotating your shoulders back and sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Turn your palms to face up, down by your thighs, and make any adjustments so that your shoulders feel generally symmetrical and relaxed away from the ears, the neck. Your hips feel symmetrical. And you might close the eyes. We're going to be here for 4 minutes. Continue to regulate your breathing, taking your time to breathe in just as slowly as you breathe out. Smooth transitions in the breath, inviting peacefulness in your mind body. Allow for one more deep breath while you're here in stillness. Start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Start with very gentle, small movements so as not to startle your nervous system, which we have been nurturing calm in. Let's continue nurturing that peacefulness. Start to step your feet on the ground with knees bent. You might slowly rock forward or to one side so that you can remove the blocks from under your body and lie completely on the ground. And so lying on the ground, wrap your right leg around the left leg for a supine twist. Slide your hips towards the right edge of your mat. Open your right arm wide. Ground the right shoulder, maybe face it. Lift your feet and slowly drop your knees towards your left side. You could catch your legs with your pillows and blankets if needed. You could press the left hand against the right outer hip if you want a deeper stretch in the lower back here. And be here for a couple of minutes. One more deep breath here. Take your time to slowly unwind onto your back. Stretch the legs straight on the ground and pause in corpse pose for a few breaths. Feel your body unwind from that side of the twist. What do you notice? Bending both knees again. Wrap your left leg over the right leg. Slide your hips towards the left side of your mat and open your left arm wide. Maybe facing your left shoulder as you ground it. Lift your feet and slowly drop your knees towards the right side. Feel free to catch your legs with your props as needed. You might add pressing the right hand against the left outer hip to deepen the release in your lower back if needed. We'll be here for 2 minutes. And start to unravel onto your back, gently stretching the legs once again into corpse pose. Pause and notice what you notice. Find the most gentle way to lift your body up to sit. Stretching both legs straight in front of you as you sit tall on a blanket or on the ground, whatever allows you to sit tall easily. Relax the shoulders. We're going to prepare for a seated forward fold, so you may find it helpful to place a strap around the balls of your feet as an extension of your arms to help you relax the shoulders more easily if needed. Flex your feet and press the insteps forward. Root your sitting bones down and breathe in to stretch your spine tall. Relax your shoulders and exhale, begin to bow from your hips. Pause as you breathe in to press the pelvis down some more and stretch the spine from the pelvis. Only fold deeper with each exhale. If you can do so without rounding the shoulders or closing off the throat. Some of you might clasp your big toes. Pressing your pelvis downward. As you breathe in, lead with your chest to slowly rise up. Let's find a comfortable way to sit for one more pranayama before we rest in Shavasana. Sitting tall and relaxed. I invite you into another energy balancing breath work, which is called Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, which means alternate nostril breathing. It also helps to balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain and helps to tune inward, calm the nervous system even more, and prepare for meditation. And some say this is a form of meditation as you're bringing your focus onto one thing, which is the breath. So it's practiced like this. Rest the left hand on your lap, maybe in Gyan Mudra, to help you concentrate, where the palm is face up and the thumb and index fingers touch. Place your right hand in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. Close your lips and breathe very softly and sustain quietly through the nose. We'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right ring and pinky fingers to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Let's practice 3 cycles together and 3 cycles on your own before letting go of controlling the breath. then see how you feel. Let's prepare to start by breathing in fully through the nose and opening the mouth to clear it out. Close the mouth, cover the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left, exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right, exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Second cycle, inhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left, exhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Cover right, exhale left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold for 2. Cover left, exhale right for 6. Hold 2. Inhale right, 6. Hold 2. Close right, exhale left, 6. Hold 2. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. And when you have finished, sit for a few moments, breathing naturally and observing anything you feel. Practicing holding space for what is. And when you're ready, begin to lower your body into your final resting pose. Lying down, closing your eyes, and completely letting go of effort. As you lie in Shavasana for a few minutes before sitting meditation, gift yourself your loving presence. Take your time here. Listen to how your body wants to move. Notice how it feels right now. What is the most gentle way you can begin to wake up your body? Let one movement or stretch inspire another as you might keep your eyes closed to really pay attention to what's happening internally. Take your time turning over onto your right side. Rest your head there for a moment and notice the flow of the breath. Sense the way you're feeling in your energy right now. Then take your time beginning to lift your body up into a comfortable seated position for sitting meditation. You may like to place your hands in one mudra that offers concentration as well as gyan. If you choose gyan, that's an option too. Right palm face up, which symbolizes wisdom, held by the left palm face up, which symbolizes compassion. Letting the palms rest gently in front of you with the thumb tips softly touching. You might close your eyes or steady a gentle downcast gaze. Feel that your spine is tall, your pelvis is grounded, and your whole body is relaxed. Sense the subtle movement of breath as the breath flows naturally. In mindfulness meditation, we practice seeing things without judging them. We practice seeing things without the story we put around that creates the good or bad value judgment. We practice seeing things neutrally. So as you sense the in and out flow of the breath, whatever stimulates your attention, whether it be a sound, whether it be a thought, a remembering of something, or an anticipation of something, practice seeing whatever comes up with neutral eyes. No judgment, just see it for what it is. And if you start to judge, don't judge yourself either. That makes it even more complicated. Just let go back into the breath, which tends to be something easier to look at neutrally. How does your mind feel right now? How does your heart feel? Just sense the effects of your practices of yoga. Over time, with mindfulness practice, we can start to realize that our own suffering is not caused by a specific event, yet it's more about how we are judging that event based on the stories that we place around the actual event. And so our mindfulness meditation is a practice of seeing things neutrally. Notice when you start to put a story to things or value judgment, how that feels. And that's something we can take out of this practice into our daily lives. When something starts to arise within you, pause, allow a few breaths, notice the story that you're putting around what's happening. How is that affecting your perception of it and whether or not you're suffering? As we bring our practice to a close, I invite you to honor someone or something with gratitude. Remind yourself of the intention that you set. Remember to whom you dedicated today's practice. As we close by chanting Om together 3 times, that celebration of our interconnectedness through that sound, sense the resonance that you feel now as an effect of our practice. And can you sing that out into the spaces around you, the life around you to share, as well as integrate within all the cells of your being? Let in a deep breath. Bowing in towards your heart space, honoring the lights within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.